There are two blanket stitches programmed into this machine. Stitch number 1329, the one I use the most, and a heavier version, 1330. So we're going to start with 1329. We're going to just stitch over here. I put on an optional open toe foot. I really want to be able to see where I'm going. Now this stitch is going to stitch kind of down and then in and back and down. So you kind of want to get the rhythm of this stitch. I'm going to set it 2 so the needle stops in the down position all the time. You can also make this wider or longer. I tend to be, if I make it a stitch width of 3, I also make the stitch length to 3. So it's kind of pretty even. Now you're noticing that stitch is right down in the middle of the foot, which gives you nothing to guide by. But if you change the needle position, watch this. We're going to, let me take one more stitch over here. There we go. I'm going to move the needle position to the far right. You see that needle moving over? Now that it's going to guide itself right on the inside of the right toe. Now here's something I like to do. I like to set that for my favorite setting. I am always moving that needle over. So if I touch just the OK button, that will set it in memory. So every time I turn that machine on, I will have the stitch with the needle position to the far right. So it's something I'm always switching. So might as well just make the machine specific for me, and then it will be easy to go. So if I'm going to go around this little heart, all I have to do is put the edge of the heart right along the inside toe, and away I go. Let's go ahead and do the stitch number 1330 and see the difference. What this is going to do is going to go back and forth 4 times, forward and back 3 times, or actually 5. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a really heavy stitch. Once again, it's in the center needle position. So I am going to move that needle all the way over to the far side. And now I'll kind of jump over to that way. There we go. Much easier. Now, the only thing with a heavier stitch is that it's going to be a little bit more, well, you're going to have to pay attention a little bit as you are turning your fabric or pivoting, so you don't pivot at the wrong time. You need to make sure you're at the forward part of the sequence before you actually turn it. So let me go back. 1329, still at the needle position I liked, and we'll set it up for a real applique here. Set that right about the so. You'll also want to use your presser foot lifter, because that's going to save you a lot of time, and then you're not back here always lifting and lowering the presser foot. Now as the needle jumps over to the right, that's the time to lift and pivot. We kind of want to keep all the stitches that are jumping into the applique shape to be perpendicular to the edge. That's what you're going for. All right, and you can just work your way around here. Okay, should we switch over to the heavier one? So 1330, and needle position's over on the side there. So I'll just start up, heavy stitch, longer. So that one's gonna, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then if I need to, that's where I'm gonna pivot. So you just have to kind of learn the rhythm of the stitch, and it will become easier as you do it. Just work your way around. Now sometimes too, when I get to like the point here, if I find myself not all the way there, go ahead and feel free to push the fabric a little bit. Help it along to get to the point you're looking for. If you're going to overshoot it, maybe you kind of stifle it. You hold it back from getting all the way around that particular, right to that point. And you can nail it every single time. So have fun with the blanket stitch applique. Let's take a look at how we did here. And you can see what you're going for. And just a little extra note, if you're going around in a different direction, maybe you're going this way, instead of having all your fabric bunched up on the inside, remember you can use your mirror image to flip this stitch and make it easier for which way you're guiding your fabric. Also too, you can use the locking stitch to be, or security stitch, so you can lock it at the end and trim it right even. So utilize all the other features that we've talked about in your machine applique.